Alright, hello everybody. I'm gonna knock out one more video before the end of today. Let's go back into Nilbog. Or the folder name Nilbog, because that's as much as I've accomplished so far. So, oh yes, first things first, I'm gonna have to remember to change this somewhere in the settings to turn the volume, start volume down to much more acceptable levels. I mean, like I said, I like the music and all, but it'll get to you. Alright, did I make doors yet? No, I did not. Those have not been done. Beds have been. Wait a minute. Oh, he's on break. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm hoping that he is actually the carpenter and mason, because if not, I have no mason, and that's a bad thing. Right, so I noticed that Marine Corps wants his hospital down pretty deep, and before I forget, we're going to make sure he is the chief medical dwarf. I will probably put it. Let's see. I think I'll put it on this floor here, maybe. I don't want it down too deep, because eventually the deeper areas will kind of be more for staging areas into caverns and all that sort of good stuff like that. And I don't want it to be, I want it to be somewhat accessible for the people carrying wounded down to it, because the further in it is, the more they have to carry instead of treat. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put it up here, maybe up on this upper area. I'm gonna use the mouse like right up in here, or up this way somewhere. I don't want it. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I might be able to put it a little bit deeper. In fact, I might even put it down, not the floor below, but maybe 2 floors down. That way. Let's give that a try. Let's go for that. We'll put it down here. Upwards. Alright. As far as these videos go, I don't want to drone on and on about Dwarf Fortress too much. I mean, I understand that this is a Dwarf Fortress video, and there's going to be Dwarf Fortressing going on. Especially at these early videos, there's not going to be a ton to talk about Dwarf Fortress-wise, especially since there's not a ton of comments going on at the moment that are asking questions about yada yada, this and that. Right now, there's a few suggestions and a few why didn't I get spawned with gear, which is a viable question. I would love to know why a warrior or a fighter doesn't actually spawn with anything. I mean, I don't expect to have, super great gear or anything, but I did that wrong. Unfortunately, one of the things I've been having problems with lately, especially, I get a cat scratching at the door. Oh. Alright, give me just a second while I let this cat in. Alright, I'm back again. Let's see if we can go without animal interruptions. We will see. That's just the start of the hospital. I'm gonna actually kind of design it out a little bit better so that there are separate, like, little room areas. Oh, hey, migrants. Awesome. I don't have a name list ready for them, but I'm going to put them to use. Let's see. Hi, Master Glassmaker. Thank you. Alright, well, I can't really not take a high Master Glassmaker. And I hopefully should have enough materials to make glass, so I guess that won't be too terribly bad. Where are they going? Oh, I hate when that spawns them somewhere down a hill where they immediately go upwards. Clothier. You are not the greatest clothier I've ever had. I'm going to give you some other labor. I'm going to give you masonry. Because I need masons. I don't think I'll get too many migrants. I shouldn't, anyway. Oh. Yes, they were way up a hill for some reason. Alright, thank you. Okay, so I have all of 2 migrants, which is fine. I really don't like it when I get big waves of migrants, which you inevitably do later on. But for now, we've got enough. Oh, hey, I've got a door now. I will have to like start making up a list of names, and I'm gonna take stock of that after this video to you know, list down who all's need her, you know, from the subscriber list, who all is going to be incorporated in. And that essentially means just listing down all the people I have in my subscriber list. Even the people who probably don't watch the videos all that often are going to probably get put in here. Well, sad to say, lately I've gotten to about maybe 80 dwarves before numbers start to actually dwindle because of all the wonderful mishaps or invasions that occur at that point. So I'm not saying that's going to happen, and I hope it doesn't, but, well, I'm not going to promise that things won't go a little awry when... Oh, yes, I forgot my... Well, you know what, that's fine. Well, I'm going to put up the next set of... No. Of the walls for the thing that I'm building. It's kind of hard sometimes to talk and figure out exactly what I need to do at the same time. The next part of the animal pens, the turkey range, I guess. It's not really a range because it's enclosed, but anyway, we shall see. Nothing going on at all. Alright, well, eggs. We've got a bunch of eggs and no use for them. This also right over here is probably going to be where I put my offices for my my broker and the bookkeeper are going to be right here. Of course, that'll take a while to get mined out, so unfortunately we'll have to wait on the bookkeeper, but I'm probably going to make that glass worker the bookkeeper unless I get more migrants by the time that is finished building, which is always a possibility. Again, mining takes terribly long early on, and that's kind of why I like to focus on miners. Or usually when I do my embarks, I usually have at least 2. 3 if you can afford to, but 3 again, it's one of those skills you're going to level up regardless. And sometimes I almost think that the a better pick would actually be almost better than investing a ton of points into it. But either way, you're kind of costing yourself a lot of embark points on either one. So, where's the other miner at? No. Well, at least they got the hospital area taken care of pretty quickly. BD. Alright, let's go ahead and dump that all too. You know what? I'm gonna have the... Alright, we're gonna have the dump area is gonna be right here. And that's gonna be where my stone keepers go for the most, or stone keepers. My stone crafters are gonna be right down in there. And this will give the idle dwarves that aren't doing anything something to do. I also probably should work on barracks. Something tells me that's gonna be somewhat important. I don't know when this will be important, but at some point. I do kind of want some place for, you know what, actually, I can make this hallway here a barracks. A barracks for the time being, and they can train there and sleep there. So that'll at least give them some place that they can practice. Not the best location for training combat, especially with everybody walking through it as back and forth in and out of the fortress, but you know, hey. Fortunately, I don't think either of them have any weapons, so it's not likely that they're going to, you know, maim anybody as they walk on through. So, where was I going to go? Something about, I'm still probably going to do the occasional, sorry, I keep hitting my headset there. I'm still going to occasionally do the Minecraft, because I honestly, right now, especially, or, well, I mean, like I said, I don't really want to not record any of this. I mean, eventually I will get to the point where I'm editing out some of the day-to-days, because I won't be building constantly. It'll be just, you know, setting stuff to workshops and yada yada like that. But I'll still have it recorded, so that way, in case there's a sudden ambush or somebody dies in some weird, bizarre way, I have, you know, footage of it. But I still would like to continue on with some Minecraft stuff. Probably gonna bust out the occasional random, you know, NES or SNES game. I do want to try Covert Action, the old Sid Meier PC game, after checking out some other people's LPs of it. Yeah, I think it'd be kind of a fun little game. Not to play for any long term like they did, because I mean, it would be fun to do, but I would definitely need some sort of, like, you know, multiplayer challenge where a bunch of different people are all trying to be the most awesome spies they can. But that'll be something down the road. And like I said before, I'd like to try to do one of these a week at least. It's gonna be real health dependent, as I've said, or maybe well, you probably, I don't think I've actually said it like in the channel anywhere, but I believe the prognosis is going to be that I have celiac disease. I don't know how long exactly I've had it, or how. I mean, it could have been just the last 2 years. It could have been longer. Having something like that untreated for that long, and like, it's not something that you just take a bunch of medicines for and, you know, you're cured. It's something where, you know, you can't eat gluten, you can't eat wheat products and that sort of thing. I don't know how long that's been occurring, so I mean, I could have been dealing with this kind of stuff for four plus years and not been helping the condition at all. So, whereas, you know, I'm not eating anything right now, or that, you know, contains gluten, that still doesn't, like, magically fix anything, and there's still a lot of numbness and tingling and all sorts of things that are fun like that, that kind of make it difficult for me to, you know, just jump up and play this game. So I won't be just jumping up and playing this game, but I still will hopefully knock out at least a video a week. Now, hopefully, I will always will listen to new suggestions and all that sort of thing. That if you guys want to post them, I would definitely post them in this video and not the previous ones. I will kind of like make a note in the comments of the video saying, hey, this video will, you know, harbor suggestions for the next... What's going on there? Oh, they're just jumping around. This, you know, this section here, this video will be the one to put your suggestions in for the next week, or this, that, and the other thing. I won't do like real crazy trap setups, because I really don't like building things in Dwarf Fortress that don't have a specific purpose. I mean, as far as like I'll if I find a giant cave spider and manage to capture it, I might build something that's set up for harvesting silk. But I mean, I'm not gonna build a trap to this meticulous trap to squash elf caravans or anything like that. I'm pretty much just playing it just to have a peaceful, you know, hey, this is Dwarf Fortress, check it out type of scenario, for especially for those who have never played before. Oh, Polts. Alright. So now I've got Polts, which are, of course, baby avians of various types. Chickens, I believe, are actually called Polts, but you know, everybody calls them chicks. But there's a bunch of different animals that all go under the same name, or, you know, young animals go under the same name. It's just a term, and those Polts need to be kept separate from everything else, because I do not want them, well, doing what they do. And as you can see, they get out and they run back and forth and they clutter up the place. They are kind of nuisances, but we're gonna, like I said, put them in here. It does take some time. You don't want to butcher a bunch of Polts. I believe they produce very meager amounts of meat. I don't think they produce bones either, which is kind of odd. But once they fully mature, then you can butcher them. I believe it takes another year after they've matured to reach their full weight. So what I'll end up doing is I'll just kind of cycle them down in a line, and that way I can. Those are tasked. Let's forbid those turkey eggs. That way I can get another set of hatchlings going. But yeah, I will kind of move them down to a third location once I get the once they reach maturity. They will be moved to like a third pen, and then after that, you know, once the next set of turkeys have hatched and are ready to mature to adults, I will just butcher that earlier set, and you should have a full harvest of turkey meat. It'll be Thanksgiving all year round for the dwarves. So we do have offices now, which is awesome. I don't have any furniture, however, because, well, I did not have a full-time mason until recently. But hey, I've got one of those now. Let us build a bunch of doors, because doors are one of the more important structures you're going to want in your fortress. and it's because a lot of different... You can do a lot of different things with doors, but they also are important because you need to have doors to block off, or to, when you size rooms up, the doors actually form a barrier so that the room is sized properly, which is always a good thing. Let's see, we've got that done. Alright. Well, we're getting closer. We've got some of the storehouse cleared out. I'm probably going to have to expand the storehouse a little bit because there's always more materials than the initial group. I mean, I'm going to have, you know, wood, stone, gems, clay, ore, bars, leather, cloth. I mean, it's all going to have to fit in the space, and I don't want to make it... I don't want everything to be too constrained in one area. I want there to be large enough stockpiles that that they're not constantly having to go fill them, or you know, or they get filled up with too much stuff, and then the workshops themselves get cluttered. I don't want that either. So the piles themselves are going to have to be decently sized. Alright, I know I've got more eggs sitting around. I don't have a bookkeeper. I keep clicking on that to go to stocks, and stocks are going to be useless if I don't have a bookkeeper. And, well, and I don't think I really have anything else to do right now while I wait for the buildings. I'm going to make more mugs. There will be more mugs to make. I would like to make a stockpile for all the stuff that I'm producing, but let's not yet. Alright, so I'm kind of getting in here. I'll zoom out a little bit so we can kind of get an idea of the... maybe. There we go. Just so I can get an idea of the area we're in. I'm going to be building into this part of this little valley nook that's here on this side of the mountains. The mountains kind of come up and around this area here. So we're going to be going down into this valley. I actually might at some point dig upwards, like from this point, and go up this way, and put some part of the fortress maybe up here. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea, considering it's still just as good to build upwards as it is to build downwards. And we still have plenty of other features up here, I'm sure, we can exploit. It also might be a good idea just because there could be, not right in here, but like on the border of where the different soil types change, there could be some materials up in there that might be worth exploiting. What? Oh. Gotcha. Okay. Another brief interruption there. But we shall finish up here shortly, because like I said, I don't really want to... Oh. I really don't want to make every video, 30 minutes long or whatnot. So... let's see, we got our turkeys. Our turkeys are set. Oh, I was gonna make some, you know what? Let us add some rock hives instead. Oh, not that. There we go. There we go. so we can get some beehives going. Even though feasibly I won't be able to do much with the beehives just yet, because you need the presser, the pressing hoary marmots. Hoary marmots? No. Nuisances. At least it's not badgers. I guess it's those guys that were scurrying around right. Oh, is that a hoary marmot? Where'd he go? Yep. Okay. Where was I? Something about something or other. Oh, yeah, beehives. Yeah, I won't... Like I said, you need a presser. I also need to have a mechanic to build the press. The beehives do take a little bit of time to build up, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Not too bad. We're getting there. We're getting there. About done with the actual quarters area and the hall. That hall is going to come out here a bit further because I'm going to want to... At a future point, I'm going to have this water ferried in this direction. That way I can build a well directly out of my main hall there, and that way it'll be sort of my bunker for the fortress, the civilians to crawl into if we get attacked. That way they're out of danger. Oh, what do we got? We got this slopes downwards to the water. I still need to get... you know what? I'm going to send somebody down here just to mine out some of this stuff. I just want to see what all we've got down here. Just to see how much iron is all in there. Again, hopefully there will be some coal down there. Well, alright. I think I'll call it good for now. Remember, this video, if you've got any suggestions, feel free to toss them in. Like I said, I won't be, at least right this second, I'm not going to be doing anything ridiculous. I'm also not going to take any of my pre-existing structures down to build anything, because as you can see, it already takes forever to mine. I don't really want to stop what I've already done and redo anything. So the suggestions will be all, you know, hey, where do you want to put your, where do you want your X at? Or, do you want anything more complex than what we've got now? Or, any sort of suggestions, or even for the exterior. Do you want some city walls built up? You want a road out in some direction? That kind of stuff like that. Alright. I'm gonna call it good. My people are sleeping in the waiting area, as they usually do. Until then, have a good one all.